afternoon, folks. Welcome to another GTV Sports event that we're covering here for Goffstown Varsity Baseball. We're at the campus of St. Anselm College today for a game against a Division I opponent in the Bedford Bulldogs. It's not just any one Division I opponent either. They're 16-0 and leading Division I in the baseball standings. So this should be a real good test against a real quality team. Goffstown comes in at 12-2 in the Division II standings. We're going to have Connor Hyzak starting on the mound. I'm Steve Beal. I've got my sidekick with me, John Skacke. We're out here on the, I don't know, what do you call this, a little veranda here at St. A's up over the third base line, John?
We're up on the perch, Steve.
On the perch.
Yeah, we got a great game today. These kids, they're different divisions. They won't be next year. Goffstown will move up to Division I next year, probably overdue. And then what makes this really special is that not only this is at a venue that it's sort of the college that's in both towns. I mean, it's in Goffstown, but it's about 2 seconds away from the Bedford border, so the kids know this place. It's a nice field, more of a stadium than what they're used to playing in. And then in addition to that, these kids have probably all played against each other in some way, shape, or form, whether in Little League or, rec leagues. And now, so to get a chance to probably play against them on a school level for the first time in several years should be a great opportunity.
Yeah, and anybody from around these parts knows these are two good baseball programs, right from youth programs all the way up through high school. And as you said, John, a lot of these guys have played even together on some of the travel ball teams. I know there's a younger group behind this that all played together with some AAU ball, and so these guys are usually pretty familiar with each other.
Well, right now, Steve, we got Anibal. I don't have his first name, so I apologize, but Anibal, the second baseman, has stepped into the batter's box.
All right, there's the first pitch of the ball game delivered by Connor Hyzak. That ball's down low, picked by Santoro, who's doing the catching for ball one.
And we got Connor Hyzak, the sophomore for Goffstown, on the mound today, folks.
There's a fastball by Hyzak. Everybody paused for a moment, but the umpire clearly said that's a ball.
It was that was high and away. I agree with that one. We actually got a great vantage point up here right now.
This is Trevor Anibal, a sophomore, second base and shortstop, number 6 for Bedford, and he fouls one off there to bring the count to 2-1.
Oh, I see we got the roster, so we'll have some first names for you going forward now. Oh, nice curve.
There's a breaking ball.
That could have been his changeup. His changeup and his curve, Steve, I pride myself in knowing pitches from a distance, but I have a hard time picking those two apart. They move very similar speed, too.
Yeah, there's a ground ball hit out towards shortstop. That's going to be Clay Campbell at short. Picks it clean, fires across the infield to Justin Pinard at first base for the first out of the inning.
That ball rolled across the grass like it was a carpet. You don't often see that in high school baseball. It was a real consistent roll.
No, we've seen fields, including Lions, but all across the state where that ball takes a skip, a hop, and a change of direction before it gets to short. Not here, though.
So batting second for Bedford is Joey Barrett. He's the shortstop, number 15.
The pitch is down low to Barrett for ball one.
So, Steve, the other day, Connor pitched on Monday. He threw a good amount of pitches, so this is coming back on just a few days' rest. So we'll see how he plays out as the game goes along.
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning. His 3 days rest. I don't know what his pitch count was, but he pitched very well against John Stark as he delivers a strike there, a 1-1 count. There's a fastball hit the center field. That's going to send Chenard
that caught
deep.
Carter flat-footed.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have caught it anyway, though. That made it all the way to the wall.
That short hops the fence in center field. Gets the ball back in quick and holds Barrett to a long, booming double.
Well, this kid stepping up now is number 24. He's the left fielder. His name is Grant Levine. If you've grown up like our kids have playing baseball in this area, it's probably a name you've heard once or twice. He's been a good player, I think, ever since the first time we saw him from a Goffstown point of view back in Little League.
Hyzak throws the first there to check and appeal if the runner had actually hit first base, but they called him safe as Levine steps in with 1 out and a runner at second base.
Curves. Ooh. All right, I'll take it for a strike.
Off-speed pitch for a strike to Levine. Levine is going to be attending Wake Forest university down in North Carolina next year as a baseball commit there. There's a pitch that's down. That skips back off of Santoro into the backstop, and that's going to be an easy advance for Barrett from second to third. So we got a 1-1 count, runner at third, one man out, with one of the better hitters in the state of New Hampshire at the plate. Grant was a heck of a hockey player as well, but gave up hockey in the last year or so to work on getting himself better prepared to be a college baseball player.
Yeah, there's rumors of him maybe getting a shot to be drafted in the upcoming Major League Baseball draft in, I think, just a few weeks from now.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that's for sure. Growing up in New England, being that type of talent is pretty rare.
Yeah. Isaac sets and throws. Levine fists the one out towards second base on the ground.
All right, I'll take that out.
Yeah, we'll take that. A run scores from third. That was Ethan Smith fielding the ball at second, and Justin Pinard had come off the bag wide to possibly field that as well, and a heads-up play by Isaac to get over there and cover the bag in time for the out to be recorded. 2 outs, nobody on.
That becomes a big play based on what he does with number 13 here.
Yeah, Ryan Lee, the cleanup hitter, batting fourth, takes a breaking pitch for a strike one. He's another senior. I think he was playing third base in the pregame infield. There's a pitch that misses down from Isaac. 1-1 count on Lee.
It's a beautiful night here.
It really is. And this complex has gotten a lot nicer in the last few years as well. They've done a lot of work here. There's a fastball for a strike from Isaac.
Well, Steve, that's what happens when you charge $60,000 for a tuition. You tend to your grass grows a little greener on that kind of budget.
I suppose that might have something to do with it. There's a pitch from Isaac. Lee holds up, and that ball looks like it just missed away.
That might have grabbed the plate, but Lee didn't offer at it, and that didn't help Connor's case, I guess, with the umpire.
2 outs, nobody on. Isaac working from the windup, delivers the 2-2. And pitches up high, ball 3. Go to a full count here with 2 outs and a run in for the Bulldogs after a double, a pass or a wild pitch and a ground out to score him. Here's the pitch from Isaac. There's a ground ball hit out towards shortstop. Campbell comes in, plays it on a tough in-between hop.
Clay
nice
played
play
that.
on the run.
Clay played that fantastically. He absolutely timed when he was going to let that ball get in his glove. That's how you play the ball. Don't let the ball play you. Fantastic.
Yeah, no room for error there, and he played it clean and made a nice play. So Goffstown gets out of the inning with just the 1 double allowed. Bedford does push that run across. So after half an inning, the Bedford Bulldogs have a 1-0 lead with Goffstown coming to bat here in the bottom of the first.
So I'll take you through the lineup here right now. So at batting leadoff, the pitcher, obviously, Connor Isaac. Clay Campbell's going to play short today. He's going to bat second. Justin Pinard's going to play first base, batting third. Nick Labrie is going to be the DH today, batting cleanup. Ethan Smith is playing second base. Derek Stekowitz is going to be the right fielder. Taylor French is going to bat sixth today, playing third base. Tyler Santoro will be the catcher. He'll be batting seventh. Bobby Doherty will be in left field, batting eighth. And then Carter Chouinard will be in the number 9 hole, batting ninth. And I'll take you around the defense if I can here. So at first base for Bedford is, I believe his name is Nick Mokus. Let me see here. I got a... No, Mokus, where are you on the sheet? Yeah, Nick Mokus. Yep. I knew that.
You're all over it.
And the second baseman, I believe you said his name, Annabal. That was Trevor Annabal. Without these names written down, it's a little more difficult than I'd like it to be to go around the horn here. Oh, the shortstop was Joey Barrett. And the third baseman was Ryan Lee. Who do we got in left field here? We got Grant Levine out in left. We got Peyton Murray in center field. And then the right fielder is Mousseau, the younger Mousseau brother, Avery Mousseau.
Okay.
Because his older brother, Jeff Mousseau, is standing on the mound. So that was a lot of work going around that lineup right there. I had to match up names with last names. And
Isn't that, John, isn't that where they're supposed to just, supposed to put up a nice little graphic and have that all done for us?
yeah, you ain't kidding.
All right, so we've got Mokus on the, or Mosso on the line, on the mound. Tall left-hander delivers the first pitch to Connor Hyzak leading off. I believe that was a ball. There's a pitch.
So we started
Second
off
pitch.
with some pretty good velocity. I'd say, I don't know, maybe mid to upper 80s right now anyway. See how it plays out as the game keeps moving.
Here's the 1-1 pitch coming to Hyzak. He swings and gets under that ball into right center field, going back out towards center. Center fielder comes in and camps under it for the catch. Or one quick out. Yeah, it looks like he's got some pretty good pace coming out of that left hand of his there. I'd say mid-80s anyway. Clay Campbell steps into the box and facing the left-hander here, batting from the left side, number 11, playing shortstop today. Here's the pitch. That's up and in, ball one.
His high fastball has the velocity most kids' high fastballs do. You can see it there.
That pitch misses down and away, so we've got a 2-0 count on Campbell. Campbell faced a left-hander in a bat earlier in the week and hit a home run at Lions Field, but this kid's got a little more velocity than that guy did.
You think?
There's a strike on the 2-0 count, so we're 2-1 with one out, nobody on. Here's the pitch to Campbell.
Oh, he chased that high ball there.
Yeah, went up in the zone there, or probably out of the zone actually, pops that one up, and that comes down into the glove of the second baseman, number 6, Trevor Annaball.
That's sort of a shame. He had worked that count into a pitch hitter's count, and then chased a pitch that he should have had no interest in there.
Right, just a little anxious there. It looked like if he takes that and goes 3-1, and even more pressure on the pitcher. Here's Justin Pinard, the first baseman, batting third, number 9. Another left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Looks at one up and away for ball one. I'm attempting to keep a scratch book here too, John.
Okay.
So I don't know if it'll make any sense, but I know that pitch missed down, so it's 2-0 on Pinard. So thus far we've had some good hitter counts here, but not been able to handle the velocity. There's a good pitcher's pitch right there from Mosso. 2-1 count on Pinard. He winds and throws. That ball wasn't too far off the last one, but probably a little bit lower, so it's 3-1 count now.
That's a good idea by the pitcher. You know, you got the last low fastball. See if you can get one out of the zone that'll swing at.
Right, and
That
that
one
pitch
even
is
lower.
down. Yep, so that one skips in the dirt, stopped by the catcher there. Pinard will go to first base with a base on balls, and we've got Nick Labrie stepping up here, hitting in the 4 spot today.
Yeah, Nick's moved all the way up to 4. He's been the hottest hitter on the team so far this year, really. I haven't seen the team averages, but I know what my eyes tell me, and his average has to be at the top. Ooh, swung right through that one.
Yeah. 0-1 count on Labrie. Runner at first, 2 men out. Bedford did score a run in the top of the first to take a 1-0 lead. Goffstown batting here in the bottom of the first. So delivers a pitch down low for ball 1. And a 1-1 count. We got a lefty on the mound. He's got a good velocity. Let's see if he's got any kind of move over to first base. Steps and throws. Labrie kind of gets under that
Just
one a
didn't
little
get
bit.
it.
A little soft Texas leaguer run down by the second baseman on the lip of the outfield grass behind second base to record the third out. So Goffstown leaves 1, and the inning is over.
It was a cue ball shot. He got that off the end of the bat. He just, not a bat at bat in the sense of he's up there aggressively swinging, but hopefully they'll be more productive as the game moves on.
Well, you'd like to see some of these guys, especially if you get ahead in the count, really get a better pitch to square up. You know, really all three of the outs were recorded on pitches that probably weren't the prime cut hit pitch to swing at.
Right. So we'll have Peyton Murray leading off this inning, the center fielder. Then we'll have Patrick Harrington, who's going to be the DH. And then we will have, I believe, the pitcher. No, not sorry. The younger Levine will be batting after him.
It's Kyle Levine. He's a freshman. He's doing the catching. So with Hyzek on the mound, the defense shifts a little bit from what the normal lineup looks like, with Clay Campbell sliding from second base over to shortstop. Ethan Smith slides in to play second base, and obviously Hyzek is throwing. Taylor French has kind of worked his way into the everyday third baseman, and Pinard's been over at first. So that is a little bit different in the infield, but I guess if you're going to make changes and play defense on an infield, this is one of the nicer ones you can play on, at least around the state.
Yeah, it's not way out of character. I mean, Clay being at short is because Connor's pitching, so that's completely consistent. And then Smitty at second base, we've seen it, you know, at times this year, so that's not that unusual. Bobby Daugherty in left, as you know, I'm a huge fan of that. So.
Oh, that pitch is absolutely ripped. That's going to be well over Derek Stekowich's head in left field towards the gap. Peyton Murray absolutely ripped that baseball to right center for a stand-up double.
Well, that's what happens when you leave balls out all over the plate. He's got to hit his spots. Inside, outside, up and down, but never there.
Here comes number 18, Patrick Harrington. So we got a leadoff double to start the top of the second inning here. Hyzek comes set. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. John, you mentioned it right off the top that Connor Hyzek coming back and throwing on 3 days rest, and you wonder what difference for kids that aren't used to having a turnaround time like this.
Yep.
If there's any little zip off the fastball, that I'm not saying either one of those doubles wouldn't have been hit, but when you can count on a couple 3-4 miles more per hour giddy up and you don't have it, that makes a difference in being able to get on top of a baseball as a hitter's concerned.
Ooh, I thought he got that curve again there.
That was a good-looking pitch there.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight, when you can look at the world through hindsight, it's usually perfectly clear, and maybe if 30 less pitches on Monday would have helped out. But
True. Harrington swings and misses at that pitch. Santoro corrals it nicely, takes his time, makes a good throw to first base to Pinard to record the strikeout, and Murray is forced to stay at second base.
I'll tell you, that was a nice play by Tyler in the sense that he didn't just come up trying to throw to get the out on the drop ball, the drop, strike three, but he looked at second base and really checked him back. That runner didn't give him a whole lot to think about either. He made it easy on him.
That's right, yeah, he wasn't challenging anything there. Here's the pitch from Hyzek. We got the pitcher batting now, number 23, Jeffrey Musso. I'm probably not saying that correctly. Here's the pitch from Hyzek.
Oh,
that ball
is
ripped down the right field line, inside the line, but between Pinard and the line, and that's going to be cut off by Stekowicz in right field to hold him to a single, but Murray scores easily from second base.
Yeah, that would have been a nice ball to knock down. Now, it went to his glove side, and so as a first baseman or as a third baseman, you got to protect the lines at all times, the guy on second base in particular. And when it goes to your glove side, you'd like to have that one.
Yeah, that needs to, in my opinion, be hitting chalk for you not to have a reach at it. And even then, I'd say 50-50.
Yep, because even an out there, guy's going to advance, but it would have been big.
Well, even if you just knock it down and keep him at third, you got a force play.
You got it.
Changes everything.
Yep.
We got number 16 here, Nicholas Mokas batting. He's one of the senior captains on this club, another left-handed hitter. Did you say he was playing first base today, John?
I believe he is.
So here we are with one out. We've got one on after an RBI single to right field. Bedford leads 2-0. Isaac backs off the rubber to take a look and assess things. Here's the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. That was a good located pitch right there.
Kerry Stekowitz has just showed up wearing one of his classic Hawaiian shirts. This one looks freshly pressed. Must have saved this one straight out of the dry cleaner for the big game.
Yep. There's an off-speed pitch from Isaac.
Boy, he looked uncomfortable on that.
Sounded like he got a little tip of that, but Santoro holds it for third strike and the second out of the inning. Yeah, he did not look comfortable with that at all.
Now this is the other Musso. This is the right fielder, Avery Musso.
Number 20, yep. He's a junior. Another left-handed hitter. This lineup's full of them. He takes strike one. So we've got 2 outs, 1 on. Bedford has a run in. Top of the second inning here. Isaac is in the set, delivers the pitch, and that ball's coming right back over our heads, John.
Ooh, just missed the truck. A lot of lefties in this lineup, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So the count's 0-2.
Which has advantaged them facing a right-handed pitcher.
Isaac delivers the pitch. That's up high. Batter lays off the pitch, and the count goes 1-2.
I wouldn't say Connor's laboring, but I would say it looks like he's working pretty hard right now.
Yeah, these are what they call those stress pitches. There's a ground ball out towards second base. Ethan Smith boxes it around, looks for the tag on the play. Umpire standing right there says he did not get him on the tag play, and everybody's safe.
Nah, they could have used that one. We don't have a very good angle at that. There's no other ump to appeal it to. The home plate ump has less visual on that than that ump, so them's is the breaks, right?
Exactly, yeah. So now we're in a situation with 2 outs, 2 on.
That's what's called a jam right here.
Leadoff batter Trevor Annaball steps in. He grounded out to shortstop in the first at bat of the game. Looks at a ball high. So this is one of those situations, John, where we've kind of been facing some of these scenarios over the course of the season where pitching is doing the job well enough to get out of innings and defense is letting them down a little bit. There's a breaking ball for a strike.
Yeah, it seems like it's been their bear this year in the times that they've lost. You can certainly trace, there's always going to be multiple reasons a team loses, but errors seem to be a real common denominator.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, aside from the pressure of the inning itself, it's extra pitches and it's another look for another batter and his runners on base. You're always throwing from the set. There's just a number of things that factor into that. Isaac comes set after throwing a strike. There's another breaking ball, and Annaball's way out in front. So one thing I noticed in that inning, John, is it seemed as Connor's getting a little bit better command of that breaking pitch, which definitely helps the fastball look a little bit better.
Yep.
But they've squared some fastballs up, and 2 doubles have led to 2 runs in consecutive innings.
Well, you know, you can tell a kid as he's learning to pitch in the course of his life, and Connor's more seasoned than your average sophomore pitcher, but you cannot throw balls down the middle of the plate against good hitters, and sometimes kids forget it because they can be successful doing it against inferior hitters, but you can't do it against good hitters. It's what they're sitting there waiting for, and sometimes a kid needs to do it, fail at it to learn the lesson.
Exactly, and you know, as a you and I have talked about this as being pitchers, but not all strikes are equal. So the strike down the middle of the plate is going to get hit where you need to be a little bit more precise and maybe have strikes that are working in thirds of the plate versus something so hittable.
Yep. When Mitch was a little kid, we went out to the Hall of Fame, and out there one of the exhibits they have is the Ted Williams hitting square.
Yep.
And it shows you his lifetime average at being pitched in that strike zone. You know, everything's a strike in the box. And even the greatest hitter who ever lived had a spot where you could get him to hit about 200. I think for him it was low and away, if memory serves me right.
Yeah.
But the moral of the story I told Mitch at the time was everybody's got a weakness. That's where you pitch.
Right.
And sometimes you can see it when a kid steps into a batter's box. You can just tell by where he stands or his hands or his gait or his body language. Sometimes you got to figure it out.
Absolutely.
But I always say pitch inside. And if he can hit that, then you know you're not going inside.
Right.
Because most kids can't.
Well, here we are in the bottom of the second inning. Goffstown trails 2-0, and we've got Derek Stekowicz leading off for the Grizzlies.
Yep, big Stek's up.
Here's the wind and the pitch. There's a swing and strike. Derek looked like he jumped at the arm motion on that one. He was actually ahead of that.
Yeah, it was kind of a goofy off-balance swing for Derek.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
He's pulling his front shoulder out. Something fierce here.
Yeah, he is.
3 of our hitters are lefties, and on a day like this, it usually works to your advantage in a right-handed dominant world. Oh boy!
That's three swinging strikes for the strikeout.
Yeah, he wasn't even close on really any of those. He's got to take a different mindset up to his second at bat. Well, we got to get something going here at the bottom of the lineup here in the second inning. It'd be nice to scratch out a run and keep this thing close.
Absolutely. Taylor French steps into the batter's box. Number 16, playing third base today. Looks at ball 1. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball hit between short and third. That's a nice clean single into left field.
Taylor, who will be playing here next year for St. A's, says, I'm showing up today.
Says, I like my home field already.
Yep.
But, I don't think that this youngster on the mound for Bedford was so precise in the first inning that you go up there thinking everything's automatically a strike. So having a look at a pitch or two is not going to hurt anything until he proves that he's throwing strikes 7 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Tyler Santoro in the box, the catcher, number 4, takes a strike. 0-1 count, 1 out, 1 on.
Starting to get a pretty good crowd here.
Santoro tries to hold up there, but he definitely went around. He was certainly not looking for a breaking ball in that situation. Good 0-2. That pitch is up and in to Santoro. He looks at ball 1. So we've got a 1-2 count on Santoro. We've got 1 man out. Taylor French taking his lead off of first base after a single to left field. Bobby Doherty on deck for the Grizzlies. Here's the pitch. That ball misses down low. 2-2 for the 2-2 the count on Santoro. Here's the wind and the pitch. And there's a breaking ball. Santoro out in front of that. Strike 3.
Well, Musso looks sharper this inning than he did in the first inning.
Well, he's starting to mix a little bit of a breaking ball in there this inning that he didn't really show in the first inning. And
agreed.
That's causing some problems thus far.
That brings up Bobby Doherty, the left fielder.
Doherty, number 8, looks at a breaking ball for strike 1.
Nice pitch. If you know it's coming, it's asking to be hit, but the secret is to know it's coming.
There's a fastball. Doherty looks at strike 2. So we've got an 0-2 count here, and he's definitely looking like he's into a little bit of a rhythm on the hill this inning.
Oh, his body language looks completely different from the first inning.
Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball, swing and a miss from Doherty. Umpire says he picked that in the air, so that's strike 3. The Grizzlies leave another runner on base, and after 2 full innings, it's Bedford 2, Goffstown 0. He struck out the side there. So Bedford has the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up here in the top of the 3rd inning. Hyzak back out to work the 3rd. And this first batter, the shortstop, Joey Barrett, he ripped a double to center field. That short hopped the fence in center field in his first at bat. So
one of the reasons we're playing this game amongst, local rivalry, but the the fact that we'll play this team next year. But the irony to that, Steve, as you look at the roster, is both teams are graduating about 10 of the kids that are sitting in each dugout. And out of the 10, you're talking about 6 of them are probably on the field. So in some ways, you didn't really learn anything for next year. You just learned that one team's going to have something to pay back. That's about all you learned, I think, today.
Well, I was looking prior to this game, looking at the JV programs for both teams, and the JV programs across the state of New Hampshire, certainly in Division II, is, it's hard to come by games because not every program even has a team. But that being said, both of the JV programs of these two schools are also undefeated. So you've got Bedford 16-0 in varsity. They're 12-0 in the JV program. Goffstown's varsity is 12-2 with the JV program. That's 10-0. So regardless of who's here next year to play this game from both sides, it's probably going to be a pretty good game.
Yeah, I agree. You'll have Connor Isaac will be on that team, obviously.
Yeah.
Their pitcher, Jeff Mousseau, won't be. But, good experience nonetheless. It's 2 cities that in this state, you probably think of 4 towns, 5 towns for baseball in New Hampshire, and these are definitely 2 of them.
Yes, for sure. So Isaac working here to number 15, Joseph Barrett, who doubled, as I said, in his first at bat. He's got a 1-1 count here.
Barrett's not a big kid, so that was a hell of a poke for him.
No, he's not a big guy, but he took a big swing.
He sure did.
And he didn't miss. That ball's down low, so we got a 2-1 count here. So that count comes around in the favor of the batter here.
Hopefully that pitch was just a mistake. You're looking at a number 2 hitter. He's not a huge kid. You just got the first guy out, and so he thought maybe he could groove one. Kid made him pay for it.
Yeah, there's a pretty good located fastball there that Barrett offers at it, fouls it off to the right side, but that's not a pitch he's probably going to handle real well.
Well, you'd like to get Barrett here to start off this inning.
Isaac winds and fires, misses up high.
That's not how you want to start off this inning.
Barrett works the walk.
Now you bring up Grant Levine with a guy on first, nobody out. So what you can't do here as a pitcher, Steve, is give in to this. It is what it is. You got to hang tough. You got to throw your pitches. If Grant hits it where he hit it the first inning, it should work out pretty well for you.
John, I don't know if you noticed this, but I can see West Side Arena between me and Derek Steckwich in right field. He is playing very deep.
Yeah, Now, I don't love that strategy because
if that's over its head, it's in
right.
The next city.
So he can accomplish nothing backing up. You can't back up. Right. So think of all the real estate in front of him. That's
makes anything in front of him a possible extra base hit.
You got it. It definitely makes it first to third. Guarantee you that.
Yeah, no question about that.
You should be playing deep, but that's sort of ludicrous. And they're all deep out there. Carter Chenard's actually over at Tano's getting something to eat right now on Kelly Street.
There's a pitch from Isaac after a pitch out. Levine takes a breaking ball for a strike.
The other thing is you want a batter up there trying to do too much. And right now, Grant's a pretty smart kid. He's probably thinking, hey, line drive does a ton right here.
Absolutely.
Versus if they're playing sort of straight up, he's thinking, let me jack one. Maybe he gets a bad habit, drops the shoulder. As good a hitter as he is, most hitters fail more often than they succeed.
That is true. Makes baseball a tough game.
It also means you got to pitch from a mindset of strength, that the odds are in your favor here. So get the ground ball you need.
Yeah, that would come in handy right about now for Goffstown. Here's the pitch to Levine.
That's a nice pitch.
And he rings him up. A little delay on the call there, but that's strike 3.
That's a great pitch. That's probably his best pitch of the day. Put that right at the knees, outside corner. I actually don't know. Grant must have not got a very good look at that because that was a nice looking pitch. Oh, boy. That just went a country mile as they overthrew first base.
There's a pick-off attempt at first base, and he's going to run for a while.
He can't go to third there, huh?
I guess that's the old line, the invisible line must run from the dugout out to the bullpen there because that's only one base.
It's all about risk versus reward. I look at so much of life that way, and there wasn't a ton of reward there. He was hardly off the bag, but there was a lot of risk if you make that throw.
Right.
He's lucky he's on second base because actually maybe he knew that in advance of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we were all thinking he'd be standing on third right now.
Yeah. Isaac makes the pitch to Lee here, the third baseman. Ryan Lee, strike one. Lee grounded to short his first at bat. It was a nice play by Campbell in the first inning to pick that in-between hop on Lee to throw him out. Isaac comes set, delivers the pitch. That's up high a little bit for ball.
So the crowd, it's Friday afternoon. It's now probably after 5 o'clock, and the crowd continues to flow in. Right between Bedford and Goffstown, right here at St. A's, and it's a Friday night. It's a nice night to watch a game. Most people know this contest is going on, and they're coming down. It's good to see. Baseball doesn't always get the strongest turnouts, but a game like this, come on, if you love baseball, if you love local sports, fantastic.
Yeah, it is nice to see a good-sized crowd here today. Isaac throws, breaking ball, catches some strike zone there, and the count goes to 1-2 on Lee.
Yeah, probably a little high, but we'll take it.
You can probably hear across the microphones here, there is quite the breeze blowing here as the afternoon cools down a little bit.
Nice.
I don't know if you'd say it's coming from right field, or it's hard to pick up without a flag. I'm looking for a flag around here somewhere.
I don't see a flag anywhere. I guess on top of the goalpost it even looks like it's swirling on.
Yeah, so straight in from center field, I guess, but a little bit of a swirl to it, like you said.
Here's the pitch from Isaac, a high fastball, throws right by him, a swing and a miss on a 2-2 count.
Huh. Well, Connor, he looks sharper than he did in the first inning. He's pitching downhill again. He looks much more aggressive just in his delivery. Like I told you last inning, he looked like he was laboring quite a bit in that inning.
Yeah. Here's Peyton Murray, who laced a double to right field his first at bat, and there's a pitcher's pitch right there. That pitch
that's
looks
nice
like
pitch.
That's down and on the corner, away.
It might have been his changeup.
That looked like it had a change-up movement more than some of the other breaking stuff I've seen today. So we got two out, runner at second base. Isaac delivers the pitch. There's a ground ball hit out towards second base. Big second hop for Ethan Smith. Throws to Pinard at first to record the third out and keep that runner in scoring position from scoring. So it's a nice zero for Goffstown there to just hold the score at 2-0. Bedford leaves the runner on, and Goffstown comes to bat here in the bottom of the third, and they'll have the number 9 hitter and then 1-2 here in the third.
It's as Ethan was fielding that ball, I'm thinking to myself, is in the sport of baseball, is there any more nerve-wracking moment than you made an error your last play and you're waiting for that damn next one to come get you? You want it, but you just don't know when it's coming. And he made a nice play there.
He did. That second hop helped quite a bit on it.
Oh, yeah, it came right. It was asking to be fielded, no doubt.
So the last five of the last 6 outs recorded by Goffstown have come by the way of strikeout.
5 out of the last 6?
5 out of the last 6. Isaac is retired by strikeout. So he's definitely starting to maybe get a little bit of a feel for a mix between the fastball and the off-speed stuff, just as we saw kind of the same thing in the last inning with Marceau going into the lower part of the lineup where he looked real sharp in that second inning, mixing pitches.
Oh, absolutely. Goffstown needs to scrap a little bit here. When the pitcher's sort of crafting that much at you, he's got his curveball working, he's locating. Now, you can't be fancy. You're not trying to hit home runs. Now you're just trying to get on base. Carter Chouinard might just be the kid to do it.
Yep, Chouinard steps in from the right side, number 2, playing center field. Leading off here in the bottom of the third. Looks at a pitch for a ball high.
Would you bunt here?
Oh, with the way the third baseman's playing as deep as he is, and actually both corner infielders are real deep.
It's a tough throw for a left-handed pitcher to field down the first base line. He's got to turn his body.
Yeah, and Chouinard can run, as we know. Here's the pitch, and he looks at the ball low in the dirt. But here's again, we're facing high school pitchers, and although these might be some of the better pitchers you're going to face up and down any division in the state, you got to make him work and have a look at a couple pitches because not everything's a strike as he throws one there, but 2-1 count. But having a look, making him work, learning every pitch.
No, absolutely. Well, that's a good point.
Chenard swipes, kind of serves that one in the right field, medium depth right field.
Well, Steve, I will officially declare I would have bunted there. Now that he's made an out.
Yeah,
and
well,
not
there's
hit a
that
double off
hindsight
the wall.
thing. Hindsight, I'm still only about 70% right in hindsight. I really struggle with all sights apparently, but
right now I did like bunting there because look at the third baseman, man. That's not bunting depth. First baseman. So really, you've left the pitcher on an island there with probably the fastest kid on either team. I like my odds.
Yeah. Here's Connor Hyzak, just steps into the box. He takes a breaking ball for strike one. He flied to center his first at bat.
Even more importantly, to get the guy on in front of the top of your order coming back up would have been nice.
Well, we've seen that.
And then that's second base right there if he hadn't already stole it. So.
Right. And we've seen that play out here in the last couple of weeks where Chouinard's done a pretty decent job of getting on base a fair amount and kind of that secondary leadoff hitter we talked about last game, but that's a big advantage. There's a fastball away that Hyzak looks at for a ball. So the count runs 2-1. One out, nobody on. Bottom of the third inning. Coming from St. Anselm College here. Here's the wind and the pitch. Hyzak swings right through it. Strike two.
Our cameraman is clearly a union employee. He just took his smoking and coffee break right in the middle of the game.
There's a ground ball back to the mound. Fielded by Masso easily. Throws to first for the out. Took his time.
What was the count with that swing
2-2.
right there? Yeah.
2-2 had swung through a fastball the pitch before. And
it was more of a two-strike swing than a one-strike swing. So.
Yeah. So we got two men out. Nobody on base. Here's Clay Campbell playing shortstop today, batting second. He popped up to the second baseman his first at bat. He looks at a strike.
The other reason I was big on bunting there is in this lineup for Goffstown, that's your prime bunting kid. You know, you sort of don't have the opportunity going forward now.
There's a ground ball hit by Campbell. That's hit into the hole between first and second.
Ooh, almost
second baseman feels it. Masso gets over there to cover the bag and makes the play just before Campbell crosses the bag to record that out. And that is a 4-1 ground out.
Did you get kicked out of the room?
No booth today. Mike Santoro has joined us here in the perch.
Let me know if you want to hop on. I go either way.
Goffstown goes 1-2-3 for the first time today and trails 2-0 after 3.
Well, they need to get something. They need to stop here. No runs. Get back to the lineup, and they got to start getting some runs here.
And John, just to jump on your bunt idea there, which I certainly didn't disagree with, it's another opportunity just to make somebody feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Oh, absolutely.
You got your corner infielders all playing at the back of the dirt. You got a left-handed pitcher on the mound, which makes that right side very vulnerable for bunting. You got your fastest kid in your lineup at the plate, a kid who's cruising on the mound, and a chance just to mix things up a little bit, get a runner on base, maybe an overthrow, a chance at a stolen base, and then you got kid working out of the set as well. So just a lot of things there and that's one of those situations you talk about risk and reward.
Yeah.
That's one of those things where that risk is a little bit lower with a much better possible reward.
Well, I mean, if you look at Carter's average on the season, let's just guess and say it's 300, right? Give or take.
Yep.
Well, today against one of the better pitchers they're going to face, probably not going to be 300. No. So you say to yourself, what are the odds that he could lay down a bunt against only the pitcher? Pitcher's the only one that's going to field unless he leaves it short to the catcher.
Right.
And can I beat that out? Can I get this kid a little, and make the kid move around a little bit? Right now, the most comfortable person in this stadium is Jeff Mousseau.
Yeah, he's looking stronger through each inning. Patrick Harrington here to lead it off for Bedford here in the top of the fourth inning, number 18. He struck out his first at bat on a nice play by Santoro behind the plate, who threw him out at first base ultimately. He looks at ball one high. Hyzak winds and throws. That pitch looks like it's down a little bit. 2-0 count on Harrington.
So what do we got? 2-0 here at the top of the fourth?
2-0 top of 4. There's a swing and a miss.
Another union cameraman. Took a smoke break right in the middle of a shift.
2-1 count on Harrington. Hyzak gets the sign, winds and delivers. Harrington takes that pitch a little bit higher away. Count runs 3-1. There's a pitch. Harrington wanted to take his place at first base, but the umpire said, hold on. Got a little corner on that one. It's a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss.
Well, I'll tell you, the last 2 innings now, or inning plus, that's the Connor Hyzak I'm accustomed to seeing. He's pitching downhill, as I like to say.
Yeah, he got behind in the count there, 3-1, and then threw a nice fastball in the inside corner about knee high, and then just threw the third strike right by him. Here's the pitcher, Marceau, who singled, hit a sharp single between Pinard and the bag down the right field line for an RBI single. He takes a big cut at the first pitch and fouls that off at the plate.
Steve, there's, the 2 long hits that they've had that made the fence. That is what it is. Those are pitches that just obviously didn't locate. But Mousseau's first hit this first time up, boy, that's one you'd like to have back at this point. In this game, that looms so large right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, here's Hyzak delivering the 0-1 pitch. That gets by Santoro.
Well, the wind's really starting to, at least it sounds loud through the microphone, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it does. Good sound effects. Make it seem a little worse than it probably is. 1-1 count here.
It's coming from behind us now.
That pitch is skied into shallow left field.
That's going to be trouble just because of how damn high it is. The left field is nowhere to be found on that. Oh.
Nobody's at third base, and as Hyzak runs over there, but that's going to be a one of those seeing eye, no man's land doubles for Marceau twisting down the third base line.
And not even remotely filmed by me because I was watching the damn ball. So you know what? Actually, it's probably a moment we don't need to see on TV, folks. But if you want to write in and complain, please feel free to do so.
Please.
I'll tell you, Bobby, I'd almost like to see it on tape because he must have gotten an absolutely terrible look at where that ball was. Because you look at where he's lined up right now, that ball was just hit 6 miles in the air.
Right.
And he was the last one to it. Clay almost made it there from shortstop. Bobby just must have not seen that ball the minute it was hit.
Hyzak goes back to work, breaking pitch that misses away.
That's a shame. That's an out right there.
Yeah, that should be an out.
So Mousseau's on base twice today with plays that really I'd like to have back.
Here's number 16, Nicholas Mokas at the plate. He looks at a strike there. He struck out his first time. So here we are with the runner at second base. We got 1 man out. And
Connor
Goffstown really needs to keep this runner from scoring.
Connor had his way with this kid the first time up. Boy, he could use that again.
Yeah. There's a bluff to second base. Nobody at the bag but the runner. I think that wind's coming right out of the hockey arena, John.
Yeah, it's definitely changed direction. It's blowing out, which
there's a swing and a miss.
You'd like to see a wind not blow out while the other team's batting, you know.
Anything hit here, I'm going to have to put an asterisk beside, because if this was track and field, it would be wind aided. Whatever that means.
Yeah, what it means is keep the ball down.
Yeah.
You know.
Hyzak comes set, 1 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch.
Heads up.
There's a very defensive swing there just to foul that off. Out of play down the third base side.
So 1 out right now?
1 out.
Scoreboard not in operation today.
No, 1 out, runner at second base. Here's the pitch. He threw that about 56 feet there. That bounces well in front of the plate. over Santoro's shoulder, and the runner advances to third on a wild pitch.
That pitch was too good. You know, that movement on that ball, I don't know if that was the curve of the change, but the movement on that pitch was fantastic. The only problem was it needed to go about another 3 feet.
Yeah, that pitch had no chance of even making it to the plate. All right, Hyzak comes set, runner at third. Here's the pitch. There's another very defensive swing, fouled off down past the third base dugout.
Well,
Goffstown's brought the infield in here too, John.
yeah, well, I agree with that. I was just about to say to you, Steve, that in this baseball game, this is the at-bat right now. It might be another at-bat while I'll make the same declaration, but right now, this is the at-bat in this game.
Hyzak sets and throws. That pitch is way up high.
You don't want to give in here as a pitcher, and it goes against your intuition. Like right now, a walk, it's not great. It's not a death sentence. It sets up a double play. But you do not want to groove a pitch here.
Right.
You do not want to give in.
3-2 count. Here's the pitch. And there's a line drive hit at the shortstop.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Campbell makes the play. If he's back deep,
Wow.
that's maybe a base hit, certainly a run. But
It's
he
certainly a run.
picks it off his shoe tops and doubles him off at third base. And that, I don't care if that kid's 3 feet from the bag, that's an out. There's just no chance of getting back to the bag on that. That's a nice play. And the defense being in on the grass there helped.
Absolutely. That was,
Big
like
time.
I said, a huge at-bat. Now, hopefully, that can spur some Mr. Momentum hopping sides of this game. He's been on the Bedford sidelines all game. Let's get him over here to Goffstown.
Yep. So that's a big hold right there for Goffstown. A couple things happen there. You don't score a run to go down another run. And you also retire the number 8 hitter in a double play. So they get to lead off with a 9 hitter, which will take every little bit that you can get out of that instead of having lead off.
Absolutely.
We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 2-0 Bedford over Goffstown. Goffstown's going to have the 3, 4, 5 hitters batting here in the fourth. And John, this has kind of settled into a bit of a pitcher's duel, really. Bedford just has 3 base hits, and Goffstown has just the solo hit from Taylor French, the single to left field. So not a ton of hits going on, but Bedford's pushed a couple across.
Now, you just said we got the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up, Steve, and normally that's something the opposition doesn't want to hear. It's something we do want to hear. The only problem is 2 of them are left-handed batters, and this kid's tough on lefties.
Yeah. Well, you notice one difference, though, that we were remarking the other day is that with Nick Labrie hitting his way up into the middle or the heart of that order, it does break that up a bit, where instead of having 3 consecutive lefties, you've got Labrie in there to break it up just a little bit, which on a day like today might help more than other days.
Yeah. This is the time when you'd love the flexibility to pop the kids around the lineup a little bit more, because it's no knock on the batters. I'm just stating fact. This kid's tough on lefties.
Yeah. All right, Justin Pinard in there. Looked at a ball on a breaking pitch that was away for ball 1.
Rang the church bell back here.
Yep, swings and fouls one straight back on that pitch there. So we got a 1-1 count with Pinard leading off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Goffstown trailing 2-0 to Bedford, and that pitch is up and in.
Well, Steve, you pitched. You were a lefty, in fact. I pitched. What's your next pitch when you just brought one up near the kid's head? What do you do if you're him? I'm going deuce.
Oh, yeah, we'll go soft and away and probably down, change the eye level.
He didn't, though. Just
He
grooved
came
it.
with a fastball and said, hey, here's a better one.
Said, hey, that's why you're
swung
announcing
through
up
it.
there. That's why I'm pitching. I'm gonna groove one.
Yeah, that did look like a very hittable pitch right there. Here's the pitch to Pinard. He fouls it off at the plate to stay alive. 2-2 count. Pinard drew a walk his first at bat.
No action in either bullpen at this point. I wouldn't expect it for Bedford. For Goffstown, maybe only from a pitch count point of view.
Right. There's a pitch, Pinard. He gets that in on the hands a little bit, grounds it softly to second base. Scooped and underhanded by the second baseman on a nice play. to get Pinard at first base.
There's been games this year where in a particular game that would have ended up a hit, or at least certainly with a guy on base. That Bedford's, it's a good team. They're undefeated, Division I, defending state champions for a reason.
Yeah.
Kid came hustling in, made the play clean.
Did what he had to do. Here's Nick Labrie batting for Goffstown. Looks at a pitch down, ball one. Labrie popped one up.
Has he let up a hit? I'm trying to remember what the hit was.
Yeah, just the one hit, French
Just
hit
one.
between short and third.
That's right.
Here's the pitch to Labrie, a swing and a miss. Count runs to 1-1. Again, and this is something that, you know, a little discipline helps, because you may only get one real good pitch to square up in a bat against a pitcher of this quality.
Yep.
And you got to hunt that pitch a bit and make sure when you do get it, you don't miss it.
Absolutely.
There's the pitch to Labrie. There's a breaking ball there that.
That was not the pitch.
No, Nick was looking for a fastball there, and that swing was done and starting a second one by the time the pitch got to the plate, and it was nowhere near being a strike. But for all intents and purposes, that's a swing and a miss, so we've got a 2-2 count here. I might have taken a little piece out of the catcher there, too, as the umpire comes out and cleans off the plate.
Yeah, that was a golf swing by Nick. I mean, all his fundamentals fell apart on that swing.
Yeah. All righty. Masso in the wind and pitch. 2-2. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Labrie swings and misses. Levine applies the tag. There's 2 men out. Well, here's Derek Stekowicz, who struck out his first time. And if you remember, John, he took 3 cuts. I don't know that he saw any of the 3 pitches, because he was kind of leaving the yard with his front shoulder and head on those 3 cuts.
Yeah, he sure was.
He looks at a fastball down and away for a ball here, 1-0 count.
So Mousseau's in the 4th inning of a start, facing our number 5 hitter for the second time. That's probably good news for him.
Little looper that's handled easily by the first baseman. Right even with the bag. And that was a pretty meek 3-4-5 showing at the plate that inning. Go down in order. After 4 complete, Bedford leads 2-0. Bedford will have the number 9 hitter leading off here in the top of the 5th inning. That's the pitcher's brother, we assume, Avery Masso, a junior. He reached on an error by Ethan Smith at second base his first time through. So not a ton of guys left on base here by either team, because even in this situation, we got the top of the 5th inning, the 9 batters only coming to bat for the second time for Bedford. Isaac back out there for the 5th, and again we mentioned he threw very well in a game on Monday at John Stark. And again, we don't know his pitch count, but he definitely threw some pitches, and he threw some high stress pitches in that game too, because that was a tight game for a bit, and he pitched very well. Santoro fires the ball down to second base. And we're ready to get started here. Top of the 5th. Avery Masso steps into the left side of the box. This Bedford lineup is full of left-handed hitters. Isaac winds and delivers. Throws a fastball right by him. That's a swing and strike. 0-1.
Starting to.
Here's the 0-1. That's misses down low. Ball 1. 1-1 count. There's a breaking ball fouled off down the right side.
It's a nice pitch.
Yeah, a good spot. It's about, you're either going to miss that or do something like that with that pitch.
Yeah, it's either a breaking ball or that changeup again. I think it might have been the change there, but I'll take your word for it. He fisted it down into the ground either way.
There's a pitch from
There you
Hyzak,
go.
following that up with a fastball. Well-located fastball as well. Swing and a miss for the strikeout.
Absolutely.
I guess it'd be safer to say if I just go off speed, John, whether so changeup or curveball could both be off speed.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back to the top of the order here. Number 6, Trevor Annaball. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. There's a breaking ball. Popped up in the middle of the infield. Campbell's underneath it. Handles that easily on the first pitch. 2 men out.
I'll wait one more out. It's because Mitch just went to warm up, so now you're gonna go to the bathroom. Yeah.
Stepping into the
Little bit
box.
of both.
Number 15, Joseph Barrett. Barrett has doubled and walked today.
Well, Steve, I'm going to give up the microphone to Mike Santoro for a little while. Go make my way around, shake some hands, kiss some babies.
Yeah,
Get Mike back on the mic here.
absolutely. Thank you, John.
Thanks, John. Hey, good to be with you again, Steve.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? It's good to see you again.
Yeah, this thing called work gets in the way, you know. So, but I will be making my return next Monday.
We look forward to
definitely
that.
be here for Senior Day.
Great. Hyzak delivers the 2-0 pitch here. That pitch is popped up into shallow right field. Stekowicz got a little bit of a leg break. Actually, that's not
Will
Stekowicz.
Soucy now,
Soucy's
yeah.
in
They
there
made a
in right
change,
field,
yep.
But he makes the play, and that retires the side. So Bedford goes 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th. And
So-
we're still stuck at a 2-0 lead for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you know, Goffstown's holding their own, Steve. This is what we talked about. You know, they're the only Division II team that's playing a Division I opponent this year. I know we're moving up next year, but you know, we talked about that. Bedford has just been rolling over everybody, 16-0. You know, winning a lot of games by the run rule and scoring double figures a lot. So, you know, 2-0 through 5 at bats for Bedford. That's a pretty good outing by Hyzak. And kid's only a sophomore. He's only going to get better.
Yep.
You know, you got a bunch. It's like playing an all-star team, right? Jeff Musso on the mound. He's probably throwing in high 80s. All kinds of schools looking at. I don't know if actually where's he going next year. Do we know where he's going?
That I don't know.
I know. Grant's going to Wake Forest. I'm not sure where Jeff's going. But Tyler played Showcase League with Jeff and Avery this year. Talked to his dad a bit, and so I don't recall where he's going to school. But, you know, good pitcher. Tyler really enjoyed catching for him.
Yeah, he's looked pretty sharp today.
Then even some of the other kids, Harrington, Joey Barrett, were on that team. And Tyler actually, when he started playing travel, was playing with them for the Southern New Hampshire Reds. So I know quite a few of these kids. And Grant, you know, we played Little League ball against him, 10, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
So it's a good rivalry. Bedford, Goffstown, great baseball towns, and this is a great game. I mean, 2-0. This is a great game. I wish I had been here for the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a very good game. Here's Taylor French leading off at the bottom of the 5th. French has the only hit for Goffstown so far today with a nice single between short and third. Looks at a ball 1. Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball first, taken for a strike. 1-1 count on French.
Yeah, you know, when you can throw any pitch and any count, Steve, you know you're rolling.
Yeah. There's the wind and the pitch. French hits a ball in the right field, but that's going to hang up for the right fielder to make the play.
Got a good piece of it. You know, nice swing. Put a nice swing on it. Got a good piece right at the right fielder.
Yeah. And we've seen throughout this game, as you would expect, Bedford is usually positioned pretty well, and their players get a good jump on the ball, make the right play. Here's Tyler Santoro stepping into the plate. Takes a cut at a curveball and misses for strike 1. Tyler struck out his first at bat, and he saw some real good pitches from Musso in that at bat.
A little late on that one.
There's a fastball by him.
Overpowered there, no doubt about that.
Yeah, strike 2. 1 out, nobody on.
Yeah, ball come rolling in. It's nice of them to retrieve balls. But, it came from our bullpen.
Yeah.
Thought that was someone throwing a ball in it. May have gone out of play, but that actually came out of our bullpen.
Here's the pitch. Santoro hits a ground
Yeah,
ball
base
through
hit.
the left side. Past the third baseman into left field for an 0-2 pitch that he handled nicely and grounds a single to left.
So John can't call me mush anymore because I got on the headset and he got a base hit. He's been saying he hasn't been hitting because I've been doing the games. He can't call me mush anymore. He's been hitting the ball well lately. He was in a real bad slump for a while.
We're going to see Ben Dodge run
yeah.
for him here.
Yeah, well, this is a big run right here. If we can get this, there's only one out and one on, so this is a big run. Either cut the lead in half or, Bobby can do something and we can tie the game up here.
Yep,
This is a big run.
Start a little something maybe.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Tyler didn't re-enter here after this, but it's a good move with the pinch runner. Ben's got some good speed. Just got to be careful.
Right.
Just coming in off the bench. Ben, hasn't been on the base as much this year, and you got to watch that lefty move. Jeff's got a good move.
Well, and we haven't had a whole lot of chance to see it. It's only the third base runner of the day for the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
So Bobby Doherty takes a look at a strike there. Fastball, strike one.
So let me ask you this, Steve. Goffstown is the home team, right?
Correct.
All right, because our display has Bedford as the home team. I thought we were, but I thought maybe something changed.
No, we're bottom of 5 here.
There
Doherty
goes.
looks at a strike. There's a gun.
Got him. Oh, they
He'll
didn't
drop
tag
the
him,
ball.
so he dropped the ball.
He tagged him, but he dropped the ball.
Yeah. Was that I think that was a ball, wasn't it? Oh, what a great
strike
throw.
two.
Oh, it's a strike. What a great throw.
Yeah, that's the freshman Levine behind the plate, and he shows he's got a quick release and a strong arm. Kyle Levine back there, and he made a very strong throw and had that infielder held the ball on that tag. That would have been the second out of the inning. Goffstown catches a little bit of a break there, but it's an 0-2 count on Doherty, runner at second base, 1 out.
Hey, Steve, these breaks, they could come in handy, right? That's all it takes.
Yeah.
A little break now and then, it's like a bleeder or something like that. That was the speed, but, speed didn't really make the difference there.
Well, you got a couple things. You got a lefty on a mound. You got a lefty that doesn't take a lot of time to deliver the pitch. You got a good catcher behind the plate. So there's a lot of things working against that. Doherty grounds a ball to the right side.
He's going to get there. He's going to beat that out. Oh!
He beat the first baseman
Looked like
to the bag.
he beat him. Looked like he beat him. Oh, I don't know.
Umpire went up with the right hand there at first, but then started signaling safe.
Yeah.
Bedford's going to come out and have
Oh,
a little chat.
he did call him safe.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. Jeez.
He
Steve,
called him out initially and
Yeah.
then went to the safe call because I think he looked up and realized that Doherty foot was the first one there.
I agree. I thought he was safe all the way. I made the call from up here, and then I took my eye off it to update the iPad. I didn't see him call safe. I saw him come up with the arm like you saw. And I was like, oh, boy, he was, first and third, 1 out. You got Carter up. Carter, yes, he hit the home run last game, but
the umpires are going to discuss this and see if the home plate umpire had a different visual on this. But that clearly looked from here that because the first baseman decided to take that ball on his own because the pitcher wasn't there in time anyways.
Safe. Yeah, they're going to stay safe.
Bag. So that's an infield hit for
Doherty
right there. And now we've got a first and third situation with 1 out.
So they've already tripled their out input in this inning.
So Carter Chenard flied to right his first at bat, and he's got a chance to really make something happen here. And we're going to have a visit to the mound.
Yeah, and this is and what caused this visit is Coach Lawrence came down and talked to Carter. So talking about a couple things here. Possibility of a bunt, because I heard you and John talk about that when I first came over last time Carter was up. So, they're thinking about that now. A bunt gets a run in. Bobby goes to second base. Then you got a runner on second base, 2 outs for Connor coming up. Connor's a good hitter. It's not a bad move, but, they're thinking the same thing. So this is the great part about baseball. Here's the in-game chess match happening. This is what I think you're going to do. This is how I think I'm going to defend this, and let's see what happens. It's it's always good stuff to sit up here and you don't have to make those decisions.
Right. Well, the other thing too, in first and third situations against two teams that I would consider to be pretty well coached teams. You never know what's up somebody's sleeve. So you got a first and third running opportunity here with a possible delay steal, double steal. You got the bunt option. You also got to look out as a base runner here after a mound visit and a talk that that see if Bedford has something on with any kind of a pickoff move here too, which is fairly common. Corners are in here. Runner holding at first. Third baseman's in tight. And Schwernard looks at strike one.
Well, the third baseman is fully expecting a bunt, just like we talked about. You know, perfect time to squeeze. He comes running down with Ben, and then, you know, he comes home with the squeeze bunt.
Here's the pitch.
And he popped him up.
Pops him up. He chased a high fastball there. Not a pitch that you want to be swinging at.
Yeah.
Shortstop records the out. That's a big out.
You know, now you don't. Here's where you don't want to run now. You don't want to run yourself into an out if you're Bobby Doherty. 2 outs, you know, one of the better hitters in the team coming up.
Yeah.
You're off with the pitch, you know, you're off with the swing rather. So as he puts it in play, you get good speed. You might not score from first, but you're going to get, you know, you're going to score one if it's a base hit. So you just got to concentrate on getting that one in.
Sometimes you got to take what they give you. And right now I'd say we leave that alone. We just saw a display of how quick that combination of catcher to second base was. So
and he's going. I don't agree with that. They're trying to sneak a run in, and this is going south.
Yeah,
this is. I don't like this call, Steve. I don't like that at all. Not at all.
You got your best batter potentially at the plate.
I don't like that at all. You know, and here's the thing. Here's a couple things that went wrong there. You know, Bobby took off, and once he starts, he can't stop. He can't get in that rundown. You got to commit. You got to come home. You can't do what he did. And you know, once he started going back, you know, Bobby was hung out to dry, and then Ben tried to take the pressure off him, and then he got hung out to dry. I don't like that with Connor at the plate.
No. So Goffstown ends up leaving one man on, having the other one taken out on the play.
Yep.
And, you know, no sooner did we get the words out of our mouth, we may not even have got them out of our mouth, and that went into action. It was not pretty. Not pretty. But to your point, Mike, that once that throw gets past really the pitcher to second base, that's Ben's cue. You've got to go because you already know that runner at first is going to stop.
Right.
And if he hesitates for even a half second to consider that runner going from first to second, that's your only opportunity on that play other than them throwing it away for him to score.
Right. And, you know, we talked about –
even then you're giving up the third out there, too, with your best – you know, with your leadoff batter.
And that's the thing. So if you're going to do that play, we talked about the mound visit, should have done it with Carter up. You know, you do it because then if you get thrown out, you're not out of the inning. Now there's only 2 outs. You still have Carter up. And, you know, a runner in scoring position because you either got one on third or on second, right? So, you know, and then whatever Carter does, then you got Hyzak up. Give him a chance. You took the bat out of his hands. You know, I like the aggressiveness by the coach. I just think it was one batter too late.
Yeah.
And they did make the switch. Tyler's back behind the dish, as we thought.
Yeah. Well, and again, you know, I've seen nothing today here that would show that Bedford's pretty much not ready for every situation.
Oh, yeah.
They were certainly ready there. So I agree with being aggressive. I agree also with doing it the batter before, and I wouldn't even do it with the base running thing because they just showed us what they've got between pitcher, catcher, and middle infield.
Right.
So if you're going to be aggressive, maybe you throw down a squeeze type of a thing or a bunt type of thing. Try to get Carter to push that ball up the first base line and see if you end up getting first and second and a run out of it versus the situation that we just saw.
So it's just like a situation in Major League Baseball. They throw different balls in when Grant comes up. So if you get a souvenir, you know.
As the first pitch to Grant, Levine looks at a breaking ball on the outside corner for strike one.
Connor's handled them pretty well today, huh?
Levine got an RBI ground ball out in the first at bat and then struck out looking his second time at the plate. He's leading off here in the top of the 6th inning. Hyzak throws a fastball a little bit behind it. Campbell fields it quickly at shortstop, makes a strong, accurate throw to record the first out. And Campbell thus far has had a real solid day at shortstop today, starting right with the first batter of the game.
Yeah, Clay he's a natural shortstop. I really like him there. He's got great form. He's got a very good arm, good hands, good feet. I really like Clay there. Of course, you got 2 shortstops.
Yeah, here's Ryan Lee, the third baseman. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout. It looks like a breaking pitch for a ball in the dirt.
Ryan was also on Tyler's Showcase League team this year. He had long flowing locks during Showcase. He's Good hockey player, too.
Yeah, I remember. I know him from hockey as well. Here's the pitch by Hyzak. That ball skied into shell left field. We've had
Doherty's not calling him off.
Campbell's way out there in
Campbell's
left field to make that catch. But we've seen a situation earlier, too, where I don't know that Bobby's getting a real good look at the ball off the bat, because that double that twisted towards the line and fell, he never really moved on it.
Yeah. You know, in the last batter when Grant was up, all the outfield was playing on the warning track. So, so Bobby's 100 feet closer in, you know.
Right. 2 outs.
Quickly 2 outs.
Here comes Peyton Murray, who ripped a double his first at bat to deep right field, then grounded out to second.
Just because I got somebody over there. So John is back after he kissed a few babies, shook a few hands. He's running for, there's a nice shot. It's going to,
Chenard slips and changes directions,
unfortunate
and Murray's going to run for a little while.
Yeah.
Murray got his hands inside that baseball and just kind of inside out with a nice line drive to center field. Chenard lost his footing when he changed direction as he saw that ball tailing away from him, and Murray's allowed to get to second base.
Yeah, Carter, he was going to make the adjustment, but like you said, you know, the grass and his footing didn't help him out there. But he may have caught that. If he could have stuck his cleats in there,
I don't think he would have caught it, but he certainly would have held it.
Would have knocked it down, yeah.
Here's Patrick Harrington, 0 for 2 today with a couple of strikeouts.
It's big not to let this run score right here.
Right. Runner at second base, 2 outs. There's the break a ball. Nice stop by Santoro behind the plate. Ball 1.
It's good to be back up here with you guys. I've missed this whole week, and I've really missed it. Believe me, I've missed it.
There's a fastball from Hyzak, strike 1, 1-1 count. Well, it's good to have you back here, Mike. That's the 4th double of the day for Bedford out of their 5 hits. Some have been hit well, some not so well, but they all count.
That's right. They look like line drives in the book.
There's a break of ball. He stays back.
Right
Connor's
side. Got to get over there.
Got it. Hyzak over there in plenty of time. Accurate throw from Pinard to get the out. And we saw in the last inning when the pitcher doesn't get over there in time, then bad things happen. When Bobby Doherty beat that first baseman to the bag. So nice play there to finish the inning, keep that runner from scoring. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Bedford still holding on to a 2-0 lead.
Yep. Well, thanks for having me again, Steve. I'll be back on Monday, senior day. Can't wait for that day. You're going to have to man the fort by yourself for a while John and I are on the field. Our kids are both seniors, but we'll be back up there and looking forward to it. Maybe my last regular season game as they play Tuesday against Bow, but I'll be back for the playoffs. But thanks for letting me step in, John. It's all yours.
Thank you, Mike. John, welcome back. I don't know if my eyes were deceiving me or not. It looked like you might have been even signing a few autographs. I don't know if you'd charge for that.
No, it's
or not, but
I get a lot of, hey, are you Brad Pitt? I get that a lot from just various women.
Well, just I can see how that might come up, but clearly nobody's paying attention to height, because I think you got quite a few inches on Brad Pitt in the height department.
It's funny you say that, because I always say Brad Pitt. Oh, come on! I'm like, it's more like Tom Selleck when he was young. I get that. I see that in the mirror.
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious. But so, what the heck happened in the last inning there? First and third, 2 outs. First time you've really threatened him at all.
Leadoff batter at the plate. Bedford just showed 2 batters prior exactly how to handle that first and third running situation when we had the runner was safe only because the middle infielder dropped the ball on the tag. So I don't know.
Well, what changed the dynamic of that was there was 2 outs.
Yeah.
So the threat of a steal's not as sort of dangerous to them. I mean, they're going to throw down and try to get you.
Right.
And
well, right. If you throw down and just slap the tag on it, nobody can score that fast.
Yeah, the inning's over.
The inning's over.
Yeah. And so the minute you take that variable out of that, boy, I'd like to see them kind of pick up where they left off in the sense of get on base here.
Right. 1-1 pitch to Hyzak. Misses down and in, 2-1. Connor was at bat when that unfolded in the bottom of the 5th inning, so he leads off here for us for Goffstown in the bottom of the 6th inning. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
Got the
fastball for a strike, 2-2.
Taylor French is down warming up now. Mitchie was down warming up earlier. Connor's pitching fine, though, so honestly, your guess is as good as mine.
Here's the pitch from Moiseau. Isaac pops it up. Right out to shortstop. Shortstop handles that easily. First man out. Connor's 0 for 3. Clay Campbell steps in. He's had a real good game defensively at shortstop, but he's popped to the second baseman, and then on kind of an odd scoring play, he grounded to second with the pitcher covering, as both the first and second baseman had gone after the ball, and the pitcher got over there to cover the bag to record the out, which he didn't do on the Doherty single that he beat out. Campbell swings at the first pitch and pops one up into shallow left fielder. Shortstop gets a great break on that, but the left fielder calls him off. Makes the play. 2 up, 2 down.
Yeah, it was a good play by Levine to hustle in on that, take the onus off his shortstop. We've had some difficulty reading the ball out and left today.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
I don't exactly know what's the cause of that.
Justin Pennard steps into the plate. He walked and grounded out. First baseman, number 9. So winds and fires.
Nice pitch.
Misses just off the corner, maybe a little down, maybe a little away.
Nice pitch, though.
Yep, good spot. Don't mind missing there. Here comes the pitch to Pennard. Same spot, maybe a little better looking, gets the strike there, 2-1.
Well, he brought it back into the strike zone there, He's got terrific command of his fastball today from what I can see. He didn't in the first inning or two. He does right now.
Yeah, Pennard hits a little fist shot out towards shortstop. Shortstop goes into probably a premature slide. I don't think he throws him out there anyways. That's a infield base hit for Pennard.
Yeah, I don't want to say he got too cute there because he put himself in a position to field that it just took a funny bounce on him. Had he stayed upright, the ball would have came to him, but he went down to get a ball that was no longer on the ground.
Right, and I think that ball probably wasn't hit quite as hard as he thought when it left the bat, because he definitely had time to just stay a foot and field that if he wanted to. He moves really well and gets a good jump. Here's Nick Labrie at the plate, number 20, the third DH in today.
You got a guy on first, 6th inning. This is the kid I want up. Let's see what happens here.
Yep. Here's the pitch. That ball's down in the dirt.
Nick's got to get way more selective than he was his first two. Well, definitely his second at bat. First at bat, I thought his approach was okay. Right now, you're looking for your pitch.
Right. You've got to try to hunt that pitch that you want to hammer and then hammer it. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball. Just misses down.
That would have been a hell of a pitch by the pitcher. I don't think he actually missed there, but we will take it.
Yeah.
That's an unhittable. You cannot productively hit that ball.
No. That's 2-1 count to Labrie, runner at first. And he hits a line drive and a diving stab by the second baseman. That's a base hit stolen by the second baseman, Trevor Annaball.
Great play.
What a great play right there.
It's a game of inches, as they say. And that couple inches further over, and that goes into right field, and we got something cooking. And instead, the stove's off.
That was a tremendous play. Tremendous play. And what we've seen so far today, really, other than maybe the pitcher not covering first base in time to beat Doherty to the bag, that's about the only mistake they've made defensively, really. You're not going to get a lot of freebies against this club.
Well, Mitch is out there to pitch the 7th, which means I'm now in a state of panic.
So Isaac ends up going 6 innings after throwing, what did he throw, 6 innings on?
Yeah, about the same.
On Monday, right? Because Mitch pitched the 7th. But Isaac did a pretty good job. He scattered 5 hits, allowed just 2 runs over 6. He struck out 7 batters over his 6 innings. Mitch Skacke comes in to pitch here at number 7. Senior right-hander. Had a real nice outing the other day against Merrimack Valley, where he had his pitches working nicely. Great location, great command. I think he only allowed 2 hits, if I remember correctly. And he will face 7, 8, 9 here in the top of the 7th. But there's no freebies in this lineup.
Nah.
The number 7 hitter is the pitcher.
7 hitter probably bats cleanup for 9 of the other teams we played this year, Steve, you know?
Jeff Moiseau, he's 2 for 2 with a double and a single. So
I'm not even kidding when I say that. You know?
that's absolutely true. Absolutely
I mean, you're talking about an undefeated Division I team. I mean, even Goffstown's lineup, a lot of our kids would hit much higher in the other lineups we've faced at times this year. So Mitchie's got to do his job here.
Yep. So here we go. We're down to the final inning in a 2-0 game. Here's the pitch.
Nice.
That's a great located pitch right there.
If he can get that one, throw it a couple more times.
So we've got, with the change of pitchers here, we've got Ethan Smith slides over to third base. Connor Hyzaks goes to short. Campbell moves over the other side of the bag to second base.
I like that location. He went back. He went inside, so outside, then inside. Let's see what he throws here.
Yeah, just missed with that last fastball. 1-1 count. Here's the wind of the pitch. Comes in again, misses inside, 2-1.
I love those pitches anyway. I always told Mitch, pitch inside. When in doubt, pitch inside, see what happens.
Yeah.
Just got to get it back a little bit less inside than that.
Here it comes.
That was his change.
That was a change up. You can see that working away.
Yeah. That's
nice pitch, 2-2 count.
That was a good time to throw it, too, because the kid's thinking, I got you right now with 1 strike, 2 balls. You got a groove one.
Yeah.
Looked like a groove ball, and it
wasn't there when the swing came through.
Just missed down.
2-2. Just missed that a little bit down. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
That would have been a nice one to have.
Yep.
He sort of didn't use his legs on that.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. There's a ground ball hit towards second base. Campbell ranges to his right, picks it clean, fires to Pennard at first. 1 man out. I like how Clay didn't bend at the back there, but bent his knees to get down and pick that ball clean.
Clay's improvement at second base this year. He was a sophomore playing it last year, and there were times when he had some rough games, but this year he's been stellar.
Here comes Nick Mokas, the first baseman. Looks at ball 1. Mokas is 0 for 2 today. Struck out and lined out into that double play with the infield in where Campbell was playing shortstop at that time and made a nice play. That was a big play to get a double play and keep Bedford off the board. Mitch delivers a breaking ball for a strike. 1-1 the count.
Oh. Oh boy, he rumps down the wrong sideline for that. I might appeal that to somebody out in the parking lot.
Yeah, Mokas was definitely fooled on that pitch.
I thought he might have got the plate anyway.
That's what I thought. I thought it could have been a called strike. There's a foul ball right back over us. They're shooting for us, John.
Right now, it's 2-0. We're not showing a lot of offensive life, but this is a big moment for Mitch here where he's out to prove something,
Yeah, there's
nice deuce.
There's a nice breaking ball for Mitch. Mokas wanted to swing that bat 3 times, and the pitch was still breaking.
Yeah. And what I was saying earlier is, he's out to prove something right here because, they got playoffs coming up. So he had a great start after maybe his roughest start of his high school career last week. So.
All right. So Mokas goes down on strikes for the second out. Now we've got number 20, Avery Mosso, junior left-handed batter, batting 9th. He swings through the first pitch for strike 1. Skaki delivers breaking pitch down in the dirt.
Not a bad pitch with 1 strike.
No, not tempting enough to get the batter to chase
What I've tried to drill into him is it's okay to throw your curve low and in the dirt. It's not okay to let it hang,
Right. 1-1 pitch. That's fouled back this way again. Campus security is all over that one.
I'm coming up and in here. I might just go up in general, but I'm coming back in.
Yeah, I'd like to see up here. He went up, and he skies it in the right
Will's got
field.
a good look at it.
Will comes in,
got what he
calls
wanted.
off Campbell.
Nice.
Makes the play. Susie with a nice job there of getting a jump and making the play on a tough ball. Campbell would have had no shot at that. So Bedford goes 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Bedford still hanging on to a 2-0 lead, scoring a run in the first and a run in the second. Goffstown will have the 5, 6, 7 batters coming to the plate in the bottom of the 7th.
So, Steve, behind us, we got a couple of guys, Goffstown long-timers. We got Jeff Buffum, who now lives in Derry. We got Chip George. Gary Gendron, who doesn't know Gary from Parks and Recs. Dave Bellevue, Jack Smith. Probably the 5 ugliest guys standing next to each other in New England right now. In a 6-state region, except for Hank in the middle. Just a good-looking guy all day.
Well, I guess we'll leave the camera pointed at the field.
No reason to turn the camera around for those 5. We will. We will get a vantage point of these 5. We're gonna have a poll this week. If I'm right, call 1-800-555-1212. If you disagree, call any of these 5 guys because they'd be happy to talk to you.
So Moiseau goes out for the 7th inning. He's looking to complete this one, the lanky left-hander.
I know.
And Will Susi will bat here, number 14, in his first plate appearance of the day.
What led to Will coming in this game? Do we know, injury or it was straight-up substitution?
I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure. I don't know if it had.
I mean, it was some rough at bats from Derek, maybe.
Yeah.
Get a righty in the lineup.
Rough at bat and not,
I know his thumb's bothering him.
Yeah.
And he kind of swung the bat like a kid whose thumb's bothering him.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Yeah.
And you're facing a lefty. He's coming in on you, and so.
And certainly better velocity than just about anybody else they've faced too. So that's going to impact that as well. So Susi looks at strike 1 on the first pitch and ball 1 on the second. So we got a 1-1 count.
No action for them.
No, this is the lefty's game, and Susi swings at a pitch up high.
You do not use your second strike with a swing like that.
Count goes to 1-2, but that's something
Stay
that's
balanced.
Been a bugaboo for Goffstown today. There's been a lot of offerings at pitches that were not a pitch to hit.
Right through it.
And there's a swing and strike 3 for the first out of the 7th inning.
I don't have a problem with that. He didn't hit a pitch he offered at, but the second strike, man, if you're off balance that bad, it ain't your pitch. Boy, I hate seeing how crystal clear this is going for Mousseau right now.
Yeah, here's Taylor French. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Singled to left and flied to right. Here's the pitch. That ball's away for ball 1. Here's the pitch to French. He hits one foul off to the right side. First baseman slides over in front of the dugout and makes the play to record the out. That's a foul ball and out number 2.
Well, that's a nice play by the first baseman. I don't blame him for the slide. I'd rather go in feet first, too.
Yeah, you're getting close to, you got some a change of texture there, going grass to dirt. You got a dugout with a fence in front of it.
First baseman looks like he's about 37 years old, though, with the facial hair.
Yeah.
We might want to get the birth certificate checked.
Here comes Tyler Santoro to bat. Looks like a breaking ball for strike 1. Tyler struck out his first at bat and then fell behind 0-2 in his second at bat and then grounded a single between short and third, which led to a potential chance there in the 5th inning that turned into a little bit of a debacle to end it. Looks at ball 1 there. Here's the pitch, and Tyler swings at a fastball and misses. Strike 2, 1-2. Goffstown's down to their last strike in this one. Bottom of the 7th, trailing 2-0 to Bedford. Moiseau's gone the distance. Here's the 1-2. Tyler hits a ground ball between short and third.
Nice job by Tyler. Tyler had a pretty good day. Hit a couple good at-bats.
Absolutely. He's 2 for 3 on the day, and this will bring up Bobby Doherty, who struck out his first at-bat and then hit a ground ball wide of the bag at first. Moiseau was late getting to the bag, and Doherty ended up beating a foot race to the bag with Mokas over at first base to beat out an infield single. He swings with the first pitch and fouls it straight back.
Bobby's got to feel the moment here. It's there to be taken. Mousseau's thrown a lot of pitches. Bobby can put the bat on the ball.
Here's the pitch. Bobby hits a line drive.
Nice. Oh, no, it's
That's
not
not
through.
a given. That second baseman covers a lot of ground. Just when you think that's a base hit to the right side, the second baseman Annabelle comes over and makes
Yeah, that ball
another
took
nice play.
that ball took 5 hours to get to the dirt right there. I thought that was through for sure.
Yeah.
It was more of a squibbler than I think we read it from here. So, well, that'll do it today, folks. The real clean and quick game, the way baseball should be played. Bedford takes this one 2-0. Jeff Mousseau, the winning pitcher. Connor Hyzak, the losing pitcher. Goffstown falls to, I believe, 12-3.
12-3.
12-3 on the year.
Bedford improves to 17-0.
Bedford 17-0. It's impressive. So we will take on, I believe, the lovely city of Wyndham at Lions Park on Monday.
For senior day, is that right?
That's senior day, and then we have Bow on Tuesday at home.
Yep.
And then we will have Sauhegan on Wednesday on the road to wrap up the season. So, well, Steve, I appreciate it.
John, thanks very much. Great job this afternoon. It was a good baseball game. Bedford holds on to win it 2-0, scoring runs in the first and second inning, and those runs stood up, and they take the 2-0 victory today from St. Anselm College. I'm Steve Beal saying good afternoon for John Skacki and myself, and we'll see you next week.
Yep.